I'm Caroline, and today we are talking about stage combat. Bow, bow. Now, you may not know this, but Shakespearean plays are action-packed. In his comedies, there's a lot of intense back and forth. In his tragedies, there's some really epic duels, and his histories are chock full of reenactments of amazing battles. But there's one thing that all of these have in common, and that is when they're performed for an audience, they're performed using stage combat. Now, what is stage combat? Well, I could give you a very long dictionary definition, but at the end of the day, stage combat just means it's fake fighting that looks real to an audience. And you may be wondering, how can one fight not for real, but make it look like it's real? Well, let's take a look at this video from a combat rehearsal that we had during Romeo and Juliet, which was our most recent production. In this scene, you will see Romeo, played by Ryan Zirk, fighting Tybalt, played by Simon Earle. Let's check it out. About you, but I really want to recreate that battle. Doesn't that sound awesome? Well, if we're gonna do it, we need to do it right, and that means we need a sword. So I think we should make our own sword right now. So in order to do that, we will need a cardboard tube. Now I have this one that I had from a poster that I ordered online. You could also use a cardboard tube from a paper towel roll or some wrapping paper, whatever you've got lying around the house. And then we're gonna need just some paper. You can use a newspaper, some scrap paper, whatever you've got. Then you're gonna need scissors and tape and a grown-up. Let's get started. Now, to start off our sword, we're gonna start off with our cardboard tube and grab a pencil and we're gonna mark. If you're holding your sword like this, let's go a little bit above where our hands are and make a little mark on either side of the tube, okay? Then you're gonna grab your grown-up and a pair of scissors and they will help you cut out a little X on each side of your cardboard tube where you made those markings, okay? Once you've done that, we're gonna grab our paper and we're gonna roll it up. Just like this. And then we're gonna flatten it. Depending on how much paper you use, you may have to use a lot of elbow grease for this part. Great. Once it's nice and flat, we're gonna take our tape and we're gonna just tape it so that it stays closed, so you don't have it coming open on us. Just like that. Great. So now we have this handy dandy flat tube of paper and we have this marked tube of cardboard and we're gonna slip the paper through the tube like so. Now, once you have your paper through your cardboard tube, make sure you tape them together. That way they don't come apart. Ba-ba-ba-da. Beautiful. And we'll do another one. Perfect. Now this is what we've got so far. But I think we could use a little decorating. So why don't you decorate your sword and then meet me back here and we're gonna watch another video. On guard, shing! Your swords look awesome. I'm pretty happy with how mine turned out too. And now I think it is time for us to re-watch that fight choreography. So let's do that one more time. Pretty cool, right? Now, when we did this on stage though, we didn't use any weapons. We pretended to use weapons. So if you weren't able to make a sword today, have no fear. You can certainly do this fight choreography without any weapons at all. And just to prove it, let's show a clip from the actual performance that we did last year of Romeo and Juliet on Rib Mountain.
A wretched boy that didst consort him here shall with him hence. Well, this shall determine that.
I really hope that you guys had fun making your swords and that you're watching that video very closely, because now it is time for you to become the master. Now, I'm not going to teach you the fight because I am not a professional fight choreographer. This fight was actually done by a professional fight choreographer named Christopher Elst, and he's really good at his job, so he made sure to do a fight that was very safe. So, you guys can go back and watch this video in slow motion and learn all of the moves step by step. But you must remember the 3 most important rules of stage combat. You have to sass. Be safe. Make sure that you are being distant from your partner that you're learning this with. It's kind of like social distancing right now, but instead of 6 feet away, make sure you've got 6 inches away between your sword and your partner's sword. Got it? Safety. Next, be alert. Make sure you're looking at what's around you. You don't want to go flinging a sword all willy-nilly and knock out your sister or hit your dog. We're not trying to do that, okay? So be alert, make sure you're watching what's around you and you're being safe. And last but not least, be smart. If something doesn't seem right or it doesn't seem safe, it probably isn't. Trust your gut and be very smart, very alert, and very safe. And with that, I am going to bid you adieu for the day. So goodbye. Make sure that you post some photos of your awesome swords or a video of you learning the fight onto your social media pages and tag us at the Summit Players, and we would be more than happy to share those with our audiences so that everyone else can see your awesome swords and your awesome battles. Until then, we will see you next week for another Wednesdays with Will.